Hello, everyone. Welcome to Biafra Media Newsroom. I remain your host, Edidem Unwana. May 30 marked Biafra Heroes Memorial Day. I'm here today to recap on some of the events conducted by BRGIE.
We all know who Elias is, and he's very important to us. So for him being here today, we really appreciate him to come and also commemorate and celebrate and remember our heroes that have fought hard and paved the way for us to still be fighting the fight that they believe in and also die for. So we'll keep their dream alive, and while we the living continue to fight. We call him Mazi Elias from Washington and Madison, our lobby, of which we Biafrans are familiar with. I call him my friend. We call him our friend, our brother, because he's doing the bidding, the work of Biafran people. Elias, please, you are welcome. If you're here, can you take the mic too? Please, thank you very much.
Thank you, Prime Minister. It's an honor to be here. I just want to stop by briefly to pay my respects to you and the Biafra public government in exile, all the ministers and supporters and the Biafran people overall, to pay my respects on this very eventful day of May 30th to commemorate the sacrifices of the Biafran people in the past and the lives lost. But to also note that today is a day of not just a historical remembrance, but also looking towards the future. And I'm very proud of the work that the Biafra public government in exile has done under your leadership and that of the Brgie cabinet. It is going to new heights. I must say, the progress that we have made, Prime Minister, is actually much faster than I even would have anticipated, or many other people would have anticipated. What I could say to the Biafran people is, we're showing some of what we're doing publicly, which are in our public meetings, to carry along the Biafran people, but there are also a lot of private and highly sensitive initiatives that are ongoing with both the U.S. governments as well as other governments. The U.S. government's not the only country that the Biafra government has relations with. The Biafra government also has relations with some other U.S. allied governments, which will not be named for the time being. But what I just want to indicate to Biafrans is the way either U.S. government or other governments work with groups like Brgie or similar groups is that the relationship is and the partnership is usually done in a much more secretive way than is a relationship with an official government. And the reason I want to clarify this is because sometimes our enthusiastic supporters, put out, tweets saying, "Oh, when's the U.S. going to get involved? When is the U.S. going to support the Biafran forces?" The way that U.S. and other governments work with groups like the Biafrans is they won't put out a statement saying, "Oh, we're doing this." These things are done in a very secretive manner. Over time, they may become more public. So we won't say specifically what is going on, but I can assure you that the Biafra public government in exile is working at the highest levels of the U.S. government, and there are a number of initiatives being taken which are now public information. So we could put it in that way. And, we already see the reaction of the Nigerian government. It was leaked to the public that the Nigerian government is now going completely gaga, and they're so desperate and crazy now that they're trying to go after the Prime Minister and maybe even myself on U.S. soil. But I can assure you that the Nigerian government will fail very woefully. I don't care if they write 1,000 petitions to the U.S. government. This is, it's just not going to work out for them. And under no circumstance, I can assure you that anything will be agreed to by the U.S. government in terms of requests by the government of Nigeria. This is not a situation at all like Finland or the UK or Kenya, and that's why our relationship with the U.S. government is important, because if you have a close partnership with these host governments, they could also take the necessary actions to protect those with whom they're working with. So, I'm very proud of what we're doing. What I would say is the Biafrans should not even think about in terms of is Biafra going to come? It's not a question of if, it's a question of when, and it's also a question of how ready are the Biafrans, right? So, how fast the U.S. international community can move also is dependent on how fast the Biafrans are ready to move. So I think, the support is there for us to achieve what we want to achieve, the external support. I think what's needed also is for the Biafrans to take things to the next level, to move past all the nonsense in the past in terms of the dramas, the chaoses, people running around trying to create these small groups, all that nonsense. They need to move past all that and get very serious and prepare for establishing a new country. So the support is there. Brgie has very good relationships, but the Biafrans themselves also have to demonstrate that they are ready for independence as well. So it's a question. Things are moving now towards getting Biafra ready for independence, and all of you have a very important role to play to make sure that we achieve what we need to achieve in a timely manner. I'm grateful for the support that all of you have given to the government, and also in serving in the government or supporting the government. So I'm very happy with what we're achieving. And again, you could tell who's serious, and Brigie's really the only player, because the Nigerian government is going after us. They're not going after all these random people. The Nigerian government is coming after us. So, both the U.S. government knows and the Nigerian government knows who's serious and who's in charge and who's actually, pushing the envelope forward. So I think now's the time to get serious. All of you have a role to play in terms of all the confused people who are running around, the people who don't know their left foot from the right foot, putting them all to one side, parking them somewhere else, so we could go and achieve what we need to achieve. So I think that the best thing that could happen now is we have a very solid group now in Brgie, in the current people who are involved. And I think now there's a very solid foundation. And I think what I'm hoping is over time, as things develop, there's going to be more of a consolidation as well. So I'm very proud of everything that all of you have done. What you need to do is to continue support Brgie, and know that there is a straight path to achieving what we want to achieve. So something that perhaps was more of an aspiration perhaps a couple of years ago, I think now is a reality. It's something that is very achievable. And I think it should be very encouraged. And people have admitted this to me as well. People here in Washington have told me, hey, a couple of years ago, if you mentioned Biafra, I wouldn't have taken it seriously. But now this is something that is very much a possibility, and it seems like we're moving towards. So, Biafrans are impatient. If Biafrans want things to happen, more quickly, and Eunice, had our wonderful Eunice and mentioned that some of our Biafran friends are impatient. It's not all on the U.S. or other governments. It's also on the Biafrans, because if the Biafrans themselves are, messing themselves up with drama and nonsense, again, the U.S. government or the international community can only move as fast as the Biafrans themselves can move. So it's important on the impetus on the Biafrans to make sure that they themselves are organized. There isn't any of this distractions and nonsense. The U.S. government, international community can do a lot to help. They can do a tremendous amount to make sure the Biafrans are successful, but the Biafrans themselves also have to make sure that everything's moving well on their part, and then we can move quickly to achieve the goal. And the Prime Minister will address you now, and I know he's going to bring some even more positive news, I think, demonstrating the maturity of the movement and how things are developing. So I just want to say I'm proud of all of you, what you're achieving. The Prime Minister is working hard. We talk every day, sometimes at midnight or 1 a.m. about urgent matters, and I think we're all very fortunate, Mr. Prime Minister, for your service and dedication, which is very inspiring. It's an honor to call you a friend and comrade in this endeavors, and to work with this wonderful and dedicated team that you have. So thank you, and it's an honor to be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alea.
Watch out for the next recap on the event. Like, share, and subscribe. Bye for now.